Today I'm diving into a comparison that might seem a bit crazy at first. The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra versus the Galaxy Z Fold 7. I know what you're thinking, these are completely different form factors, and you're absolutely right. But here's the thing. These are two of the most expensive smartphones on the market right now, and one costs significantly more than the other. $700 more than the other. The burning question I have, is it actually worth dropping extra cash for a phone that folds? Now stick with me, because by the end of this video, I hope to help you make that decision. We gotta start with the design though, because the S25 Ultra rocks that classic candy bar form factor we all know and love, but here's the kicker. The thickness is almost identical to the Z Fold 7 when it's closed. We're talking about 8.9 millimeters versus 8.2. That thin flagship is basically as thick as a folding phone, at least when it's closed. But here's where it gets interesting. Holding the Z Fold 7 when it's closed actually feels more comfortable in your hand, and there are two key reasons for this. The Fold 7 has rounder edges and feels less jagged when it's in your palm, at least compared to the more boxy S25 Ultra. Now obviously a case will solve this, but if you rock your phone naked, it's something to consider. Number two, the front display is not as wide or as tall, which means the Fold 7 is easier to use with one hand. Now before you get too excited about that Z Fold comfort, let's talk about durability, because this is where things get real. The S25 Ultra is just way better when it comes to surviving your daily chaos. We've got a titanium frame that's been battle tested for over 6 months, plus that sweet IP68 water resistance that will save you when you drop your phone in a puddle. The Z Fold 7, well, it has IP48 water resistance, which sounds impressive for a foldable phone until you realize dust is still the phone's kryptonite. That hinge mechanism is sophisticated, sure, and way better than previous folds, but it also is a potential point of failure. I mean, we just don't know the long-term durability of the Z Fold 7 yet. It just came out, while the S25 Ultra has been an absolute workhorse since the beginning of the year and has not let me down. Now, getting into your phone reveals another interesting difference. The Z Fold 7 has a physical fingerprint scanner on the right side, which works great, well, if you're right-handed. Try using your left hand, and suddenly you're doing finger gymnastics that would make a contortionist jealous. But with the S25 Ultra, that ultrasonic fingerprint scanner is positioned exactly where it should be, right in the middle bottom of the display. But here's where the Z Fold 7 flexes its biggest muscle. Literally, open it up and you're greeted by that massive 8-inch display that gives you screen real estate for days. It's genuinely impressive. I absolutely love reading books and watching content on this. I will say though, that opening up can be a little bit difficult at first. It takes some getting used to because the hinge is super tight, and because each side of the fold is really thin, it can be a little bit difficult to get your fingers in there. But, and this is a big but, sometimes apps just show blown up versions of what you'd see on a regular smartphone. It's like watching a YouTube video in 480p stretched to fit a 4K screen. Not all apps are optimized for that real estate, though the ones that are look absolutely stunning. The S25 Ultra has an ace up its sleeve though. That anti-reflective coating, I cannot express to you how much I love this coating. It significantly reduces reflections from all light sources, making for a more crispy display. Plus, the pixel density is better at 498 ppi compared to the Fold's 368 ppi. Your eyes might not consciously notice, but your brain definitely appreciates it. Besides that, both phones share the same peak brightness at 2600 nits and utilize Samsung's AMOLED technology. But let's be honest, the main reason you'd buy a Z Fold 7 is for multitasking, being able to run multiple apps in split screen mode with actual usable screen space. I mean, it's pretty sweet. You can have 3 apps open simultaneously, which makes the S25 Ultra's 2-app limit feel a bit, well, limiting. But here's my hot take. Most people think they need this level of multitasking more than they actually do. Are you really going to be simultaneously checking email, editing a document, and watching YouTube? Maybe and maybe not. But I know some business users have specific use case scenarios that warrant a bigger 8-inch display. Also, even though both phones share dual speakers, the Galaxy S25 Ultra just sounds a little bit more impressive. I'm going to play a little example and you guys let me know which one sounds better. Now, not a big deal for me, but when you have both phones on the table, the Fold 7 tends to rock a little more, and that's because, you know, the cameras on the back are taking up a lot more space on a thinner form factor. And these differences, at least with the camera, tell an interesting story. Both phones rock the same 200 megapixel wide lens, so far so good. But the Z Fold 7 has a 10 megapixel 3x optical zoom and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. The S25 Ultra steps it up with not just the same 3x optical zoom, but also a 5x optical zoom lens and a beefier 50 megapixel ultra wide camera. Now, if you're someone who loves zooming in on distant subjects or spying on your neighbors, the S25 Ultra gives you more flexibility. In all honesty, during the day, I didn't really notice a difference between both of these cameras. The 200 megapixel wide lens produced the exact same style of photos on both phones. Even the ultra wide lens being a little bit better on the Galaxy S25 Ultra looked pretty identical to the ultra wide lens on the Z Fold 7. The only time that I actually noticed a difference is if you're punching past 3x optical. As soon as you hit 5 and then 10 and then 30, that's where you notice the clarity is just better on the S25 Ultra since the optics are better. And the fact is, you can only zoom up to 30 times on the Galaxy Z Fold 7 compared to up to 100 times on the S25 Ultra. At nighttime, there were a little bit more of a difference compared to both phones. The ultra-wide lens started to play a better role on the S25 Ultra. A little bit more light was able to get in and produce slightly cleaner photos. The regular 1x photos you'd get on both of these devices, again, were identical. But just like during the day, as soon as you started zooming past 3x optical, that's where the S25 Ultra just provided a cleaner, more detailed picture, whereas the Z Fold 7 started to get a bit mushy and you'd end up losing some of those details. Now, both phones obviously can shoot 8K video, but I did shoot some 4K video at 30 frames per second, and just like photos during the day, it looked identical to me. Now, on paper, the S25 Ultra has a slightly better front-facing camera, and during the day I didn't notice much of a difference, but it did pick up a little bit more details on my shirt compared to the 10 megapixel camera on the Z Fold 7. So right now you're looking at the front-facing cameras on the Z Fold 7 and the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Sun is pretty heavy right now. Let me know how the exposure is. Also, how do the colors look? And most importantly, which one has the better microphone? Oh, and Samsung finally ditched that terrible under-display camera on the Z Fold 7 and brought back the hole punch. Now, I know some of you hate it, but honestly, I'd rather have a better camera for video calls, especially if I'm trying to nail that job interview while multitasking at the exact same time. Both devices use the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy chipset with 12 gigabytes of RAM in the base configuration. Performance is essentially identical in day-to-day use, with both handling demanding tasks, but there is a difference. I find the Fold 7 to heat up much faster, even with doing simple tasks like taking photos and watching videos. And when it comes to gaming, it also throttles faster too. I think if you're planning to do anything intense with your phone, the S25 Ultra is just much better at it. Both phones obviously run Android, but here's a little bit of a twist. The Z Fold 7 is already running Android 16 with One UI 8, while the S25 Ultra is still on Android 15 with One UI 7. The S25 Ultra will get the update eventually, but if having the latest software immediately matters to you, the Fold 7 has a temporary edge. Besides that, both phones have all the same AI features, from circle to search, object removal, and all the standard stuff that Gemini comes with, even access to Google VO3 to make AI-based videos. As for battery life, the S25 Ultra leads significantly with a 5,000 mAh battery versus the Fold 7's 4,400 mAh. Now, the Fold 7 will get you through the day with medium to light use, but it won't get you through the entire day if you're a heavy phone user. Whereas the S25 Ultra, I confidently know that I can use it all day and all night. Also, charging the S25 Ultra is faster since it supports 45-watt charging compared to 25-watt on the Z Fold 7, but both phones share 15-watt wireless charging. And finally, the big elephant in the room for a lot of people, the S Pen. A lot of you don't like the fact that Samsung took the S Pen away from the Z Fold 7, and I agree with you at least with one thing. The S Pen makes a lot more sense on the Z Fold 7 compared to the S25 Ultra. You have a bigger inner display that's closer to a piece of paper to write on than a narrow vertical display on the S25 Ultra. So if having an S Pen is important to you, you either gotta buy the Ultra or stick with an older foldable from last year. So the big question, which phone should you buy? Honestly, I think for most people, the S25 Ultra is the better bet. You're getting a better camera experience, you're getting a more reliable and durable device for a daily driver. You have a S Pen that's tucked inside if you need it. You have better battery life, you have slightly better performance, and we know what to expect from this. you're also saving $700. But I feel like if you're going for the Z Fold 7, you know who you are, right? Like you're someone who can generally take advantage of what the Fold 7 offers with that bigger inner display. And maybe you have specific use cases for it that the S25 Ultra can't provide. Either way, they're both great devices, but I feel like if you're choosing between them two and you're kind of undecided, I'd lean for the S25 Ultra instead. Now, I'll place links to both of them in the description down below. If you have any questions, let me know as well. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.